Alright, guys, what's going on? This is day 3 of the 1 month challenge, and yeah, I was going through the charts. It is now, I think, 8 a.m. in the morning. So, honestly, through the dollar, Forex, Nasdaq, there aren't any setups for now. However, for the S&P 500, we have a potential setup forming. So, we have this 4-hour favorite gap that I talked about in the last video that I wanted to maybe trade into to go higher, but it seems that we're going higher and we can potentially form this for our value gap that we could trade higher from. So this is potentially really nice. The dollar isn't looking any good. Like, I don't know, we're just consolidating. And gold, well, I'm just waiting for price to maybe retrace to this daily fair value gap to then maybe look to go higher. However, I do look sometimes at Bitcoin for any swing trades, potentially higher time frame trades, and we actually do have a really nice potential setup. So on the weekly, well, I can even start in the 3 month time frame. I know it's weird, but yes, in the 3 monthly chart, we did come off of this fair value gap and we took out the high, and now maybe we're looking to get a small reaction down. So on the weekly right here, we have this fair value gap that was formed, this fair value that was formed. So I don't know, I would love to see price go in there and maybe look for buys, but we are kind of sweeping the high of the monthly or the I don't know how you call it, the quarterly chart, maybe the 3 month chart. So we're kind of sweeping right now, and we could be targeting this weekly fair value gap. And on the daily, we did see this daily fair value gap that I just marked out, and we could potentially go lower from it to target this drawn liquidity. We also have like these swing points acting as liquidity, and yes, if we go down even more, swing lows, like all these swing lows right here, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, like it's just liquidity for me to try to target. And how can we target it? Well, from this daily fair value gap that I just marked out. So now I'm just waiting for confirmation of the lower time frame, and I might enter soon. So even more confirmation, we have this 4-hour fair value gap that was used and mitigated to target this high right here, and after that we swept the high right here. We have this 4-hour fair value gap, but we can see with this candle right here that we have fully disrespected it. And yeah, on the 1 hour it's even really nice. We have like one fair value gap, two fair value gap, and a potential third forming. So I'm just waiting a little bit because I see that we have some 15-minute gaps that we might fill just like that to go maybe here and then potentially go down. But if we start going down right now, I might enter. So yeah, this is the market outlook for this morning. So on strugglers, your boy got a little haircut. So it's actually now at night. I know I just like talk it like a couple of seconds ago in the morning, but now it's night. And so today was actually a day off from work, so I was able to just take off and go out with some of my people and have fun. So which was really nice, honestly, and much needed, because like us traders, man, we're so into it. I know some people can relate. Like, it's all we can think about. How am I gonna get out of unprofitability? How can I be profitable? How will I make out? It's always in our thoughts. I know it. And so honestly, like, we need some days where we can just clear our heads and not think about it, because thinking about it constantly 24/7, it's messing up our head, and it's better to just sometimes not think about trading, because it's really exhausting mentally to do that. So yeah, it was really nice. I was able to just have a day off, and now it's pre-London session, and I wanted to go over the trade that I talked about on Bitcoin. So the trade ended up being at break even. Well, not really at break even. I did take a loss of like 0.4%, which sucks. But honestly, I still think it was a good trade. I was able to respect all my rules, which is really nice. So I talk about how I wanted price to react off of this daily fair value gap after sweeping this all-time high right here and potentially go into this weekly fair value gap. And yeah, like this setup was pretty nice. I took it on the 1 hour right here. We had this 1 hour fair value gap right here. And as you can see, initially price did go into profit. Like I was up 1% right here. And what I decided to do at that moment, like I was out, I was going to get my haircut, and I wasn't really able to manage the trade that well. So like I saw my phone, I was in profit, and my stop loss was right here. And I told myself, okay, if we respected this 1 hour fair value gap, like I can put my stop loss into this high right here, and price could potentially like go lower from either these 15-minute fair value gap, which was nice, but I ended up being stopped out right here. I think because of news. There were news at 10 a.m. But yeah, I lost like 400, so 0.4%. It sucks, honestly. Like I am still a little bit mad that I didn't just go break even like completely. Like I should have done that, but I thought that this high would have been protected, and maybe we can, I don't know, like come back right here and just go lower. So I respected all my rules. So even though it was a small loss, perfectly fine. Like I can get mad at it, honestly. Like if looking back, maybe the mistake that I did, honestly, is that if we really go to the higher time frame, like we are really bullish overall. Like on the weekly time frame, we've been going up for like 2 months, no, like 1 month now or two. So trying to short, like it goes back to what I was saying last video. I was technically still not trading the trend, even though like we're so high time frame. It just goes to show that I still need to follow the trend on the higher time frame. Because for me, honestly, going for a sell on the daily, it's fine. Like if I do it on the 4 hour when we're bullish on the daily, then it's a little bit tricky. But for me, the daily is still fine. But now I'm realizing that if I'm telling myself that we are bullish on the weekly, I should still be careful, and it's higher probability for me to just wait for price to maybe react off of this weekly fair value gap to then potentially look for a buy right here. So yeah, but still, for me it was a good trade. I still respected my rules, so we just have to move on. That's perfectly fine. So now we are pre-London session for Thursday. We do have big news on Friday, but for me it's still okay to try to trade Thursday, but I still need to be careful because the thing is that when we have FOMC, I don't know if it's FOMC, I think it's FOMC, like the day before we tend to build liquidity, so I have to be careful. But I'm still seeing some potentially good setups. So on the dollar right here, I talked about how we were sweeping this low, and like what I said in the last video was like on the dot, because I talked about how I didn't want to buy because we are overall like bearish, and I talked about how like price could sweep this high or this high or this high to go lower, and that I would have only bought if we were like right here and formed a 4 hour fair value gap to go higher right here. But like we are still overall really bearish, and that's what happened. Like we ended up sweeping this high right here, and we went lower. And as of right now, we have a perfect 4 hour fair value gap right here. So now we're in a point of interest for me, so I'm just waiting for my entry confirmation. I have set up an alert right here. If we can form like a 15-minute candle that disrespect this bullish 15-minute fair value gap, it could be really nice, and we kind of have some manipulation right here, so potentially a great setup, which is nice. On the S&P 500, also really nice. Like on the daily, we have this daily fair value gap. We are really close to this weekly target, which is the previous candle's high. So this could be really nice on to trade from this fair value gap right here to go higher. So really nice as well. Next up on gold as well. I had this daily fair value gap marked up to go higher from. However, like this drawn liquidity that I marked up is pretty close to us, so we might go higher from this 4-hour fair value gap, but it's not looking like it's gonna respect it. Maybe, like this is maybe a manipulation that we're in right now. So I put my alert in if we go higher and disrespect this. What I've been doing. So yeah, hopefully tomorrow I can post a little bit more about things off the charts and not only me yapping about where price is going and maybe talk about something else. But yeah, that's it for the video today, and I'll see you strugglers on the next one.